Hi, it's Dan Harmon. If you're like me, you're a big fan of Harmontown, the podcast, and you wish that you didn't have to wait so long for it to drop after we record it. But here's the thing. Jeff Spencer, take it.
You do not have to wait.
You can not only hear it right after it happens, you can watch it too in delicious, deluxe, high-definition multicam on your browser or your mobile phone.
We do edit some stuff out sometimes. Like, I'll say something so incredibly racist that we will catch it right before it drops as a podcast.
But you get to watch Dan right before the sedition hearing when he talks shit about Trump again.
Right.
Sometimes we have really famous guests, but we just cut it out of the podcast entirely.
Because it turns out they're pedophiles.
Sometimes Spencer's never wearing a shirt.
Most of the time. We put that in post.
Not to mention all the times you always hear people laughing at something that doesn't sound funny because someone is making a funny face or wearing a funny shirt.
Yeah, for $5 you get to watch all that stuff. You can see the weirdos sitting down, like getting nervous on camera. There's like one camera that's just right up someone's nose, and they're always picking their nose and stuff like that. That's good.
As if that wasn't enough, here's some political incentive. We will match your new subscription to the Harmontown live feed up until April 15th. The day of the big tax march, we'll match it with a donation to the ACLU,
which stands for ACLU, which is what you should get.
And I know that's triggering your thought of going, doesn't the ACLU now have $800 million? Because, but here's the thing. ACLU money is like toilet paper money. It never expires.
But if political encouragement weren't enough, some apolitical encouragement is if you sign up, you get access to a year and a half of our back catalog of video episodes, including the tour in Australia and Harmon Country, as well as audio downloads on the night of the record, on just minutes after it airs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many times have you been listening to Harmontown for free after Wednesday and thought, I would really want to know what that guy looks like or what she looks like, or I want to see exactly how uncomfortable the audience is when Adam Goldberg is on stage. Mm-hmm. Now, for $5 a month, you get to see it as well as hear it. You can almost taste the Harmontown. Go to harmontown.com/live for your subscription to watch us as well as hear us. It really, really is a taste treat. Dan gave me little eyebrows.
I was like, holy shit, that guy just hit the bullseye. I think he has a taste treat.
Hey guys, Sklar Brothers here with Dan Van Kirk, and we've got
Matt Walsh
from Veep. He is on Dumb People Town this week, and the riffing is fantastic. Tune in, check it out, enjoy it. If you've ever asked yourself, how much Taco Bell can I get for a blowjob? We answer that question.
Or how much a blowjob will get you in Taco Bell.
In Taco Bell, that's the answer.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have to tune in to find out.
Yeah.
On this week's Dumb People.
Surprising answer too, by the way.
Very surprising.
Very surprising.
Also, Christiana Amanpour. Kidding, she's not on the show.
Feral Audio.
All right. I'm a little off today. The bar at the hotel isn't open. At 1:30? Jesus Christ. All right, are we rocking and rolling, Dustin? Rolling. Let's do this thing. You guys ready to make podcast history? From the Hyatt Regency Hotel in beautiful Montreal, Quebec, Harmontown is now in session. Let's bring out Spencer Crittenden, everybody. You know him. You love him. You want a piece of him, Spencer. How you doing, brother?
I'm so good.
How was that chicken sandwich at McDonald's sitting with you?
It was not so good.
Let's bring out the mayor of Harmontown, Dan Harmon. Bonjour. We're going to do the whole show in French. Dan.
Almost.
Je m'appelle, and I'm out. That's it. That's all I got. That's 2 years of French in my high school days. They make you take French, but you can also take Spanish, and so you take each one for a year, and you just kind of, I don't know if 8 here is wheat or ocho, You just and you know, if being bilingual makes you so great, then how come everyone bilingual isn't rich? You know, like why don't you have twice as much money if it's so important? I guess Americans can't really have that philosophy anymore. We're kind of broke now.
Yeah, they just feel the joke if you speak 3 languages, you're trilingual. If you speak 2 languages, you're bilingual. If you speak 1 language, you're American.
Yeah, we're yeah. I mean, we may be back here in November forever. I'm sure you've heard that a lot. We'll be very low profile. Like we're not going to act like we're allowed to be here. We'll thank you for not building a wall before we get here, and like. We'll just hang out, and I will just enjoy sitting in the corner dipping French fries in mayonnaise without feeling creepy. Like I love that so much. Thank you for that cultural thing. Like they just brought a bowl of mayonnaise with the French fries, and then just like yum, 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 yum. Like the French fry may as well be a spoon. Yum, yum. It's just yummy.
They put gravy on anything you want.
Some Montreal facts, Jeff.
Oh.
Did you know the typewriter was invented here? And the shoe was invented here. Just the left one.
Just the one shoe.
Just the one shoe.
It took another country to invent the other shoe.
Portugal invented the right shoe.
Did you guys know that for a long time shoes existed before they figured out to make left and right versions of them? There was just neutral shoes for a long time.
That makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. It's cool. I love it. Carry on.
What year did we start making feet-specific shoes?
Ancient history, like, I don't know, maybe Egypt figured it out or something, but a long time ago.
How are you, Spencer? I noticed you got more applause than I did.
Oh, yeah. I don't know about that.
You know why? Because you're as Canadian as an American can get. You're like, you know, I meant it as a compliment.
Yeah, you always mean it as a compliment, and I always take it as an insult.
Do I say it a lot?
Yeah, all the time.
Really? Hey, you Canadian piece of shit.
Yeah.
Just like, well, you, for instance, you know, you missed your flight. Like, that's pretty Canadian. Because you were probably Canadian. Like, well, how isn't there just a flight all the time that anyone can just get on? Because mass transit.
Right.
You guys love mass transit. So he missed his flight.
Because of mass transit.
Just connecting dots. Just wanted to talk about you missing your flight.
No, I love it. I didn't bring my passport. I think that you used to not need a passport. I don't know. I didn't bring my passport.
That was back when people had the same shoe on both feet.
we invented countries and left and right shoes in 1928. It was Al Capone invented the right shoe and the passport. And there's stuff flying off of my mustache. So I don't know if you can see that.
That means it's going to be a good show.
I'm a little sober, like, so I apologize, but yeah, the bar's not open.
How do you have a hotel during a festival at 1:00 p.m. and the bar be shut?
It's directly above it. We hit the ceiling.
Can we get a really big broom?
We might get some drops of booze to trickle down the light fixtures. Levy texted us all in a group text this morning telling us where to meet and what the deal was, and he said, the show is below the bar, and Jeff said, I'll say. And then,
I've got some notes.
And then Spencer said, that's what she said. And we were like, okay.
Well, hey, let's make this real clear. Dustin on the text chain was doing that's what she said all morning. And by the time I was doing it, it was very clearly ironic.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what she said.
So yeah, then I wrote... Then after 100, that's what she said. I wrote, I have a vagina and like to have sex with men.
Right.
And nobody said.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys playing hard to get.
Well, that's proof that that's what she said doesn't actually mean that's what she said.
Right.
It means something else. We don't know what it means. We don't know who she is, why she keeps saying stuff. But it's clearly...
She's pretty chatty.
She says a lot of stuff. All right, so let me just look at my...
You have a monitor, Dan. Do you see yourself down here?
Oh, Jesus.
You can see the own stuff fly out of your own mustache.
I took off all my clothes in San Diego, and I was like looking at screen grabs of it, and I was like, I gotta get on the elliptical. But then I just ate a quarter pounder with fromage downstairs, fries with mayonnaise. Fucking hate myself so much. Just a fucking disgusting monster. Just can imagine being my girlfriend and just like looking up at this fucking giant, like gross flappy tits, like bouncing up and down, and like I like grit my teeth and go. I made a TV show once. I'm gonna come. Thinking about my TV show. Looking at my own tits. She's a saint. She's a good woman.
On the flight here, the gal I'm dating sent. I left her little Levy post-it notes around the crib, and she was texting Cody, Dan's girlfriend, and she said, "Oh, look," she took a picture of one of the little post-it notes that I love you on the fridge, and Cody goes, "Oh, Dan shit the bed."
Okay, well, I was saving that for later, but it was only a matter of time. You've heard me talk on the podcast about shitting my pants a lot, and what is a bed but a large pair of pants you wear for 8 hours of your day, and so of course it was a matter of time before
you're wearing
I
those
actually
giant
took
pants a third of your life. You're gonna poop those pants as much.
I mean, so like I'm on this. I know I don't look like it, but I'm on this Soylent diet back at home. Like I'm just trying to, like if I'm on the Soylent long enough, like for a couple days, it's like I'm just teeing it up. Like I don't want you to worry about me, like that I'm always shitting uncontrollably. So I just full disclosure, and I just have to tell you everything, because I was like, this is like, how did you, what happened? And I was like, I was masturbating, and so
So you shit yourself.
I'm a kneeler, and so I had my laptop open in front of me, and I was kneeling.
Okay, can I pause for a second? You don't have to applaud, but by applause, does anybody here a kneeler when they masturbate?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay. For real?
Really, it's not like a thing.
I don't think so.
Are you? You'll kneel. Was there a gal applauding too next to you? You're also. I can't really see. Are you a gal? Yes. You're a kneeler too. You have knelt, but you're not a kneeler. Like a kneeler, yeah, I've done all kinds of shit. I put a pin on my ass, but I'm not an ass penner. I've done meth, but I'm not a mether. Like I'm just an adventurer. I'm a tourist. I'm a connoisseur of variety. There's no other dedicated kneeler here? No?
But okay. I'm actually surprised by that. I've never bothered to ask. Because, like, for instance, watch this. How many people here wipe their ass standing up?
Sometimes.
See? I know it's embarrassing. And you have to double that, because who's going to clap? The brave and the single, or no, the other way around. No, it's probably the people in couples. Like, but the.
I don't understand that.
But that's like a really specific thing that you would think is kind of weird, and like it's like 40% of the world wipes their ass standing up, but no kneelers. So there's something really weird about me. I don't know what it is.
What percent of the world doesn't have squat toilets, though? Does that line up? Like, because in a squat toilet, you probably have to stand to wipe.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know how that figures in. I just looked at it.
We could get someone on that.
I bet it's like 40% of the Western, like, sitting toilet world.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck it.
But I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
We should have like a Harmontown statistician, like somebody's up here and just pulling up stats for us.
Yeah.
That sounds like a.
Did you know that Montreal is the fourth largest country in the world? And they have the 16th largest navy. And each sailor gets their own typewriter. And
who's the current Prime Minister of Canada, Dan?
King Geraldo. He just has one name, and he's a very controversial figure. He's run for 4 terms, and he loves pickles and the metric system.
They make a king run for election?
Mm-hmm. Yes, and they call feet yards. here. Did you know that? Feet are yards. These people. You gotta love them. Their trolleys don't have wheels. They have sleds, little sleds on them. If you say "excuse me," that means "fuck you." Pants are napkins. Glasses are an insult to your mother's family, which is your family as well.
It's just on the matrilineal side.
Excuse me.
Whoa,
Piece of shit.
Whoa! All right, so you're masturbating and you're about to shit yourself.
Okay, all right.
Let's stay on target here, Dan.
Well, maybe we should parcel this thing out. It'll be like Spalding Gray. Like, I'd take you up to a little point, and then we'll talk about some other stuff, and then I'll go, okay, so here I am naked, squatting on the... I wonder what it is. I think maybe it's... who knows? I don't know why I'm a kneeler. I don't know. I really thought there would be a couple kneelers in here. Like, really, like, I can...
Is there an origin story of your
I can
kneeling?
bring myself to orgasm easily enough, laying down or maybe sitting in the... lotus position. I don't know. Like I can.
Are there any lotusers here?
I can finish in a variety of ways, but when it comes to like, okay, I have work in 10 minutes. Like, the Uber's on its way. Like I'm a kneeler.
Do you flex your legs when you're kneeling, or are you just trying to be as neutral as possible? Like, are your legs doing anything, or are they just propping you up to jerk off? Because like sometimes when I'm like feeling good. Sometimes when I'm feeling good, flexing those muscles helps. It makes it feel different.
I sit on my heels.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Kind of
So,
cool.
you aren't shitting. You aren't shitting while you're like upright. You're kind of in just a modified sitting position.
Well, this isn't how I shit. Just so to make it clear, this is how I shit. This is what I was doing when I shit once. We're gonna start the show in a couple minutes, and. But I had the laptop open and I'm kneeling and I again with the Soylent, and also I've recently discovered like a couple toots on a vape pen, you know, like makes masturbation more palatable.
Sure.
Palatable, like it's not palatable.
Yeah, it's tough. Otherwise.
Makes it like it's like
it's less of a drag.
If you get high on marijuana, like it's fun to jerk off. Funner. And so I took a little hit of a joint and I was kneeling and I.
This is last night?
No, this is when I.
Oh no, 2 nights ago rather, yeah.
And I coughed.
That'll do it.
And then I didn't know. I was like, that was a hot one, but. I know. And then I jerked off, and then but I didn't know, and then I fell asleep like.
Oh no!
Jesus Christ!
It's a blasé
But you
attitude.
just described. You just showed us how you did it. Didn't you poop on your feet? Because you propped yourself.
No, my feet aren't underneath my butthole.
They were.
Like I'm not like the Land O'Lakes girl. Like I'm like
I got you. All right, so
I'm like a guy on a New York subway. I'm a 3-seater with my spread.
Okay, so you drift off to sleep,
and I get up and I gotta go do something, and I go, oh boy, I pooped in the bed. I see it and I go, I don't have time to do anything.
Was Cody in the bed with you?
No, she wasn't. Why would I be kneeling and masturbating and farting?
I mean, maybe she came in later on and joined you in bed.
No, see that's the reason why this is all public knowledge now, is because before we were supposed to meet because she was gonna spend the night and we had an early flight to come to Montreal. And like I was at work and then Levy, I had told Levy that I pooped in the bed. Steve Levy.
That seems more like a Spencer task, isn't it?
It's nobody's task, but I said I wasn't telling him so we would clean it up.
Okay.
I was just saying,
Spencer, are you jealous that Steve Levy got the call?
I would have been real jealous, yeah.
I was said to Levy, like make sure I need to get home before Cody gets there. I need to beat her home, like, because I have some things to tend to. I pooped in the bed.
You just left it there for the day?
I had no choice. I had to leave.
You throw it in the laundry.
I didn't have time to do anything.
You guys just leave the poop on the bed?
Well, I did. Cody's texting me. She said, "Don't forget the reason you had to tell me was because of the new sheets." Yes, okay. The sheets I pooped on were brand new sheets that Cody had found on Amazon, because I have a California King mattress, and so she found. It's getting a little hot up here. I'm gonna take off my sweatshirt.
Don't poop yourself.
I don't know why I'd be sweating up here, telling this story. God damn it. I'm such a fucking gross monster. So I shit on the fucking new sheets that I knew, I knew that if she got home before me, that she'd see that the new sheets came and she'd be excited. Like, I knew she'd want to look at them, all of them. You know, she'd whip back the duvet and go, "Look at these new."
You covered it up with the duvet?
I didn't cover it up. Okay, I guess I might have.
Oh no! You're a fucking villain.
I'm not. I wasn't trying to hide it from anybody. I have a dog sitter, so I didn't want her to have to look at. I just figured that if she came in the room to get the dogs, and then she'd see that. I didn't want anyone to have to deal with my things. Right. You know, I don't want to have people to have to see things that would make them, have to never unsee them. You know, I don't want people to have to think about who I really am. It's a burden on people. It's like going to Vietnam, knowing me, knowing little things. If you could see things that would be the equivalent of seeing a beheading or something. So you're. So she's texting me, and I go. Let me see if I can find the conversation. She was. Steve comes running in and he goes "Cody's on her way to your house, and she has a key." I was scrolling, and he knows why that's dangerous.
Right. This is high noon all of a sudden.
We should have locked the gate. She couldn't even use her house key that way.
I wasn't thinking when I left the house I have to keep Cody out of the house. I was thinking I have to come home early and clean up my shit.
That's a good thought.
I'm just looking for this. Sorry, it's
Let's all look up stuff on our phones.
Oh, Spencer, talk about the one pen thing on airplanes. This is a segment called "Let's Uncork Spencer's Rage."
Yeah. So when you fly here, you got to fill out a sheet. I don't even know why. I guess it's just so they know if you're taking large amounts of money into the country or plants or something. I don't know. But you got to fill out a sheet, but then they don't have any pens on the plane because pens are very expensive. We all know this. How much money have you guys spent in pens in the last year? Because for me, it's at least $1,000. And I'm not even an airline.
And God knows on an airplane, space is at a premium, and pens are so bulky. They're like a million hot towels worth of space, or shitty meals, or fucking weird crackers, or all the other crap they jam into a plane.
And it's not like you can place them in a bag.
No.
They'd fall right out.
And they'd make a lousy promotional tool, because you can't put your logo on them.
No.
And no one ever needs one, and they never give one to anyone else.
And everyone's always traveling with writing utensils. Anytime I go out of the door, I have writing utensils.
Of course,
I got a colored pencil set.
Wallet, key, phone, ballpoint pen, because I'm a form filler.
Yeah, that's what we do. And also, just, writing on paper is so today. It's so useful. Everyone's writing just stuff down on pieces of paper these days. You'd think that they'd have taken care of that with note-taking apps on phones or word processors on computers. Anyway, they don't have any fucking pens. They make you fill out a form. But the thing is, there are pens on the plane, but God help you if you get off the plane without filling out that form, because in the way to get out of the airport, There's absolutely no one who will give you a pen, and they'll tell you they're not allowed to give you a pen. Or they did last time. I don't know. This time I borrowed from the guy next to me. But then you're just trapped in another country without, cellular data service in most cases, and you have to fill out a form without any ability to fill out a form. Like, there's literally nothing you can do. You can't go to a store and buy a pen because you're not on that side of the thing.
Right.
So you're just stuck in this legal limbo where you have to fill out this form that says I'm not carrying plants or $20,000. And also, how often does that come up?
Who gets that information, and how do they know if you're lying? It's what if your address is off by a digit? Like, who gives a shit? Like, what if they're able to catch you in that? Then why don't they have the information? Why would you have to fill out a form?
I don't know.
However, they kept. Oh, so you live at 123 Hibiscus? Sure.
But
like, what are they catching at that with that process? The guy asked me a million questions. I don't fucking know where I'm going.
How are we going to leave?
Like, what are you doing in Montreal? I'm here for the festival. What? Guys kept saying what every time. I'm like, if your job is to interrogate dumb fat Americans coming into your country, learn to recognize mumbling. I was like, I'm here for the Just for Laughs festival. What? I was here for the Just for Laughs festival. Oh, do you have a letter? A letter? I haven't had a letter since 1989. Who has a letter? What am I, Paul Revere? Do I have a letter? Is this Game of Thrones? What the fuck are you talking about?
Do you have a raven?
Crow?
Yes.
I sent for a crow. I'm so I can enter your fucking house Tully. What the fuck? What?
Now, the Canadian customs people are much nicer than the U.S. customs people.
Well, in the U.S.
Yeah, but they're still customs people.
Yeah.
That's like saying, like,
More than once.
my turd is like there's more fiber in it than.
I think 2 times Greg Proops, we travel to Canada a lot, and Greg Proops, the comedian and friend of the show, he twice. This is like, so what's your occupation? He goes, I'm a comedian. And they go, no, you're not. It says you're an American. I didn't say it was Canadian. I said it was a comedian. That's twice that's happened.
From Comedia.
Like, you'd go up to customs and be like, I'm a Canadian. Let me in
For a living. That's how I make my money.
But the guy goes,
Canadian.
do you have a letter? I said, what are you talking about? And he says, like, usually there's a letter.
An invitation to
like a
to
thing,
perform
and then
in the
they
country,
send you a letter. I'm like, well, I guess that letter would get sent to a letter receiver. I am a performer. I am an artist. He said, oh, like, well, so are you traveling with a party? I said, yes, I am. And he said, so where are you going? I said,
your mom's house.
I said, a hotel. Which one? I don't know. I was like, so
we had the exact same conversation.
A car's going to pick me up. Like, I have left that brain space free for hilarious stories about shitting in a bed.
Meanwhile, Seth Rogen was on our flight, and that dude got shot out of there on a magic carpet. He didn't do anything. There was a good-looking middle-aged woman who picked him up and just, like, put him up, like, they carried him out on a litter like Cleopatra, and he just fucking, it was amazing.
Yeah, I was looking at Seth Rogen, like, on the plane, and I was thinking about that. I'm like, does he have to fill out this fucking form and look for a pen? I bet he doesn't. I bet Alec Baldwin doesn't go to the DMV, or that's a driver thing. I don't know what they call it here, le carte de le department of le fromage vehicles vehiculement. Why is he mocking our language? Look at him. Why is he entitled to, like, leap across the border with no
letter?
With no letter. I mean, I don't think I'm entitled. You should lock me out if you want. But I was like calling the guy's bluff. I'm like thinking, let's see where this goes. Like, am I going to go to Guantanamo? Like,
I've been taking a secondary screening in Canada, and I got everything but being duct taped to a folding chair. It was like they sent me there and went through all my shit and gave me
He did write a 94 on the bottom of my thing, and I was like, I passed. Like, but then Cody's had like a 63 or something. I was like, wait, is this percentage chance you're a terrorist? For the next people that check, because there's like a big 94. I was actually really scared that they were going to go, a 94, come with me. And find out what Canadian waterboarding is. Like,
mine had a big X and a 35. Because I was going through the thing where you type in, you put your little form, they scan that in. That's new for me. You scan it in, and it's like, you didn't say date left Canada. And I was like, haven't left Canada, just got to Canada.
That happened to me too.
And so I was like, okay, I'll say the date I will leave Canada. So I write that down, and then it goes, sorry, it shoots it back out. It can read. And it says, you didn't say how much money you're bringing in. So I wrote 0. And it goes, you didn't say how much money. So I wrote a bunch of zeros in there. And I've lined through them all. And then it goes, how many plants do you have? I said, I just wrote 0. And he goes, all right, we're going to have to ask you a lot more questions.
Why do you have 0 plants?
Those machines are new.
You're supposed to bring a gift.
You're going to see the Lannisters, for God's sake. You're empty-handed? Where's your poppy milk? Or milk of the poppy?
I've brought the letter a million times to Canada where you get this letter of invitation that says where you're performing, what kind of theater, what the deal is, when you're like, who you're with, all this stuff. And they never read it. They just look at it. You show them the letter and they go, okay, he has the letter. And it's a cursory glance at the thing. You could just hand them
Yeah, and of course ISIS could never get a hold of a Just for Laughs letter. It's just not within their fucking capability.
We got so many other things to think about.
Yeah, we got ISIS to think about. I remember that there was a guy in America. There was a mailman that landed on the lawn with letters for Congress, to talk about campaign reform. It was like a kind of performance art / protest / possible martyrdom, because he knew there was a chance they might shoot him out of the sky.
It's the guy who made his own helicopter, right?
He made it it was like a little lawn chair with a helicopter blade on it, and he and just landed right next to the fucking Congress.
And they took him to jail. They should hire that guy. He makes his own helicopters.
And it was like, okay, great. This is campaign reform. Now we're going to talk about it a little bit. And 5 minutes later, the top story on CNN was, how many ISIS could have fit on that helicopter? What if that was an ISIS? They think they're so important, people want to kill them, these lawmakers. Oh, they're going to come in here and ISIS us. Then the country will shut down because there's not a bunch of fucking jerks banging gavels and whatever they do in there. All right. I hate government. Stupid. Did you know that Montreal's government is divided into 4 quadrants? The press, the judicial, the police, and mass transit. And they all checks and balances. The way a bill becomes a law, they don't call it a law here, they call it a loi, is that a judicial has to have an idea, and then he gives it to a bus driver. If a majority of the bus drivers think that it's an okay idea, then they pass that up to the police. Who don't carry guns and who simply say thank you, and then the bus drivers say sorry, and then they say thank you.
Sorry.
And then after a while, it's a law, but you can break it too, and they'll just make you a policeman. It's a perfect system. You know how many people died here last year? 0.
What?
Yeah, it's like Brigadoon. I assume. I never read it.
Have you seen Brigadoon?
No. It's like Westworld, but with no guests. But they're not robots. They just don't die. You know, it's that last time there was a mass shooting in Canada. It was a paintball game. They try not to shoot each other when they play paintball up here. And there was an American. He went nuts. He shot everybody. And their flags were at quarter mast for 6 decans, which is what they call a month here. They have a metric calendar here. 10 months make a year. Isn't that simpler? Each month is 10 days. Makes sense. How many days in a year?
100.
100. I was about to say 1,000. It's a simple system. Okay, Spencer, can you come share a mic so you can read Cody's lines in this text conversation?
Yeah, so I come up there, I'll use your mic. Okay, great.
Yeah. Okay, so Thursday, 9:03 p.m. I'll be, you're Gray, so you're Cody.
Okay. I might get to your house a little early if that's okay, so Nicole can drive me and I don't have to Uber.
Are you on your way?
Not yet. Nicole was going to drive me in about 5 to 10 mins, but I can change that plan if needed.
It's okay. But it necessitates me warning you about one thing. It's not sex doll related.
Okay. I can wait if it makes you uncomfortable. That's great. That's awesome. I can just Uber when you're ready. That's no big deal.
I guess I'd rather just tell you now, because otherwise you'll have to make up guesses in your head.
That was a bad move, Dan. That was not. Should've just went with it. That's true.
The new sheets came, and Sophia put them on the bed on Tuesday, and they're great.
Asterisk.
And then last night I accidentally kind of shit on them.
Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Oh. My.
And I didn't see until this morning.
God.
There's a visible stain.
So what's our plan for sleeping tonight? Are the old sheets still somewhere? By the way, I'm not judging you, baby. Just trying to problem solve for later. That's also great.
Well, it's not. I just need to hit it with some cleaner. You never had to know, but now I had to tell you because you getting there before me and you were gonna see this new sheets and want to look at them, and then you were gonna see this stain.
Ha ha ha. Okay. Well, I don't think I'm gonna get there before you anyway now, because I released Nicole when you said you had to tell me something. So I'll just meet you there at 7.
Ergo. Erg. It auto-corrected the...
Sorry. I didn't know what was gonna be, and I didn't want her to keep you, and I didn't want to keep her waiting, so I just told her to go on.
Well, now you know. I shit on the new sheets you picked out.
Haha, I don't care. I didn't pay for them. You can order 1,000,000 more. I was just making sure we had a plan tonight because you know I'm sort of OCD about germs. Trying to get over it, but I'm still not cured.
I just was scanning ahead because I didn't want to invade her privacy.
Yeah, I just thought of that too.
Yeah. Okay. I just thought of that.
Now I have
Good thing she's not OCD about privacy. By the way, did you already head back to the house? Because I was going to say if it's easier... Oh, that's her. Sorry.
That's what you skipped away a lot.
Well, I think...
Let's skip ahead.
Yeah. Let's see. By the way, okay, you read that part. Sorry, I'm really fucking this up.
Okay, by the way, did you already head back to the house? Because I was going to say, if it's easier for me to meet you in B-Bank, I could just do that. And my social security number...
Oh, well, yeah, I'm almost home. I was only going home to, clean the shit stain.
Potato. Is that like a curse word?
No, that's a pet name.
All right, well, I tried. Well, you can still do that now, and I know so you can get extra points that would have otherwise just gone unnoticed.
I don't think that's how cleaning up your own shit works. I think it's better when nobody knows.
By the way, does Levy know about this whole thing? Because it would make our text exchange a lot funnier if I knew he was covering for you. Because he was like being super vague.
Right.
That's good though.
It depends on when you talked. We can compare timestamps and figure it out. Okay. Yeah, I don't.
This is all fine.
Yeah,
it looks like it transitions out of this conversation.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, great. Thank you, Spencer. Had we planned that, we could have ended on a big thing, like a lion coming out in the text or something.
Potato, I have a couple questions.
I'm a potato. She's a bean.
Potato and bean.
Yeah, because I'm like a potato's like a giant bean, kind of, but that lives in dirt.
So do beans, don't they? Okay.
A bean grows on a plant in the sunlight and it heals people. It's good for you. A potato's just a fucking gross piece of shit. Giant subterranean obese bean covered in filth and warts, waiting to be dug up and turned into something better by anyone. Possibly with a knife. Begging to be cut, stabbed, microwaved.
Speaking of attacking potatoes and Seth Rogen, what about this sausage party? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
I've seen the advert.
The foods, they're alive. They got feelings and personalities. But here's the thing. I mean, Toy Story, you get it. It's like these are things, they're made for children to enjoy, and part of the love of the child brings the toys to life. I get it. But you have like lettuce that's like alive, and a potato that's alive, and hot dogs that are alive, and bacon that's alive. But when does that happen? I mean, the lettuce is obviously always alive or whatever. When does the bacon stop being a pig and become an alive piece of bacon? And is it before it's sliced into bacon?
And a hot
Does
dog,
it know it was sliced into bacon?
is a conglomeration of a bunch of different meats and ingredients.
Yeah.
At what point does that become sentient? Like,
Right.
Why isn't the herbs and spices in the hot dog, like, are they dead or are they...
Yeah. There's a hot dog bun. Is the wheat sentient or is the dough sentient? And does it know it's getting put into an oven?
I think it's like a rated R comedy. I'm sure they just make fun of that thing and then they...
If they don't explore that premise and come up with a reason, I'm going to be so pissed because they could and it would probably be awesome. But I bet they'll just say, oh, that's just part of the conceit. You got to accept it. And I will not.
Shots fired, sausage party.
But it's probably going to be great. I'm sure. I mean,
I saw the one, I don't care for the ad campaign. I saw one, there was a female taco. And she's got like little, like sexy legs and like a hand on her hip, on her taco shell hip. And it says she likes fish and beef, or, you know, like...
Beef and fish, I think.
Yeah, she's a bisexual taco? Oh, great.
But the fish part is like, it's like they call it a fish taco, right? Like, so it's like she's eating out herself, kind of?
Yeah.
Maybe that's just me.
I don't know. I don't like it. Ain't gonna see it.
Maybe you guys should go see it, you know?
Oh, I'll see it. It'll be great.
Dan, did we discuss why Cody hates Seth Rogen so much? What is her fucking problem with Seth Rogen?
Stop that. No one hates Seth Rogen. He's worth billions of dollars.
Why didn't we get him on the podcast? We were
Because I'm not going to be some weird douche on a plane that goes like, hey, can you come up, fucker?
I bet Seth Rogen sits there and he goes, this is Dan Harmon sitting over there, and this guy's not even going to look at me? He's not even going to ask me to come be on Harmontown?
Well, I think he'd probably grateful that I didn't bug him.
Maybe he didn't just get whisked out of the airport. Maybe he ran because he was so ashamed.
He probably has a lot of stuff going on. I think.
What do you have to do? At what point is your career so awesome that you get Seth Rogen airport status? That's like...
You have to be Seth Rogen. He's been worth like a gazillion dollars.
Yeah.
Of course.
What's the low end of that? Like what's the threshold you have?
Oh
to
yeah,
cross?
I don't know. It's probably like D.L. Hughley or something.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say.
I think like it probably there's like a threshold you cross right around Hughley level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where like maybe like an old person comes and meets you at the gate and kind of takes you to a slightly shorter taxi line.
Did I ever tell on Harmontown how I was on the plane with George Takei, Sulu from Star Trek? Did I ever? Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never feel safer in your life when you got Sulu on the plane.
I had to stop following him on Twitter because he has like a little cottage industry of like retweeting stuff, and then you click and
it's all
like
bad jokes too.
Yeah,
it's
like
not great.
An ad supported like shit fills your screen. I'm like, oh my.
Isn't he mad about the gay Sulu? Like the openly gay Sulu in that movie? Wasn't he like mad about it?
But I don't know even what you're talking about.
Oh, there's a new Star Trek movie. There's a new Sulu. He's openly gay.
Oh.
In the character.
And he doesn't like it.
I don't think George Takei likes it.
I guess I could understand that, because he'd be going, well, I'm an actor. I played a character. Like, why are you making him gay? Just like a nod to my sexuality as a real person? Yeah. I guess I kind of get that. But on the other hand, I can understand them thinking he's going to be stoked about this. Yeah. Because he had to be in the closet back then while he was like a huge star. And that was like probably really unfair and painful. So in their minds, they were probably like, this is sort of a little bit of a restitution, you know? It's like a doffing of the cap, an apology almost. So I can understand how there's two heroes in that story and they're both each other's villains, isn't that something?
Well, that's just the world, man. That's the world we live in.
What if dichotomy was too limited for the human experience? What if everything happened in a continuum that ate itself, you know? Like what if you shouldn't have to choose between? I heard a guy on public radio, it was like some Democrat guy that was like pumping people up for Hillary Clinton, and he was like in between applause swells, he was like, I don't know who it was because it was radio, I couldn't see him, but he was like, now I know our candidate isn't perfect.
Yeah.
But, then what did he say? He's like, but it's about not voting for Trump, basically, is what he said. And it was like, that's the fucking scam in a nutshell. It's like, it just fucking sucks. Like, and it's really not limited to America. It's just like sort of magnified there, where it's like, it's such a scam that we've turned elections into how much you hate someone else. And so that's just an easy way to get nothing done, because everyone's like, oh, don't vote for that other person. There's always someone worse to vote for. In fact, there's only one person that's worse or better to vote for, and it's like you have to choose. But such dumb crap. I fucking want to smash my brains in with a hammer. I can only threaten suicide now verbally, because it's probably not legal to say you want to kill someone else, you know? It'd be taken seriously, because there's a lot of people that deserve to die. It wouldn't be taken as a joke, because it would be like, that's a threat, because I would want to kill that person too, but you're not allowed to say it for that reason. I just want to kill so many people.
I mean, are there people like I would imagine a lot of you like your Justin Trudeau, right? Like people like him. Yeah. Like, he's so charming and so like open-minded and sexy and like kind of adorable.
And he created Doonesbury. So he's very political. We know that going in. Like, he knows about the issues because he made a political cartoon for many decades. Doonesbury.
Is it possible to still be a government-hating anarchist when your prime minister is that charming and sexy? Yeah, good. That's what I wanted to hear.
Probably all the more so because there's probably an effective level of like lower level government here that's probably very, whether or not it's better than most or not, but it's probably like maybe the issues they have to deal with here are less like, there's a lunatic in the White House, he's gonna kill us all, like, and more just like, yeah, but this is bullshit and inefficient and it kind of cheats these people out of this or that. And so it's probably, you could probably still hate the government even if you have a good prime minister. Yeah. Good. You just hate government, not the government. You can just hate government. Yeah. Who wants to be governed? Why would they have invented government if anyone liked being governed? No one's going to ask for it to happen. They had to make it up. Like, you need to be governed. Well, oh, good. It's a good thing you told me, because I never would have fucking come up with that idea on my own. Someone telling me what to do. It's not something I'd come up with. I'd rather hang out. And then I poop, and I'm like, who's going to move that? Somewhere where it stinks less. We need someone govern someone and get that out of here. Don't govern me.
I think King Geraldo's doing a pretty bang-up job, though.
He found Al Capone's vault. I mean, there was nothing in it, but... well, I've run out of lack of material. Is there I never had any, but whatever I didn't have, I've run out of.
So is there an epilogue to the sheets? Like you got home first?
I got home and I found some pet spray, like some for carpets. I tried,
For somebody who poops himself as often as you should really have some stain stuff.
Some nature's miracle.
Yeah. So and then I got the old sheets back out, and yeah.
Did the new sheets survive? Did they come out of the laundry?
I didn't poop on them. No,
No, I'm saying did the new ones. Did they come out all right, or do we know?
Oh, I don't know. They're teed up for the laundry.
So they're just right now at home, just chilling in the laundry basket.
They're not covered in shit. It's not like it's not like the Manson murders, but everything's brown instead of red. Like I didn't. It's not like it's not. It's a little skid mark. Okay, it's like a little. I coughed and I had been drinking Soylent a lot. Is my girlfriend still out there? Did she just leave? She's just like, she's back in Los Angeles.
Yeah, she did leave. Maybe she had to go poop.
I go to the back of the room and there's just a note. a letter. With Just for Laughs letterhead that I can use to get back into America. I don't know why I keep looking at this.
To get back though, right? Like usually there's just a bunch of ATM style machines, right? When you're coming back.
I can't remember now.
I've only dealt with these big ATM, like that's the American way. It's like don't use like free paper and pens that you borrow from people. Buy 18 $10,000 machines and just put them in a row and let them sort it out. Like
and then every 3 months they'll become obsolete and you'll have a no bid contract with whoever makes those machines. It's like
the American
it's called
way.
Job creation, man.
Yeah.
Let that shit trickle down to Quebec. Fucking global hegemony. If you guys are so smart, why aren't you rich? Why don't you have missiles?
What are your top 4?
That's smart. Have a big missile.
What are your top 4 favorite provinces in Canada? And I mean, I'm gonna eliminate Quebec because we're in Quebec, so
Right.
we're gonna eliminate that one.
I think, in my heart, I'm a sesquipeducer man. like
You gotta catch them all.
Yeah. But everybody always says "Adamada Pia."
You're so close, actually. Are you doing this on purpose?
But I think, and that's 2 that I got. I nailed it.
So I'll give you Saskatchewan and Ottawa.
And those are north of that is Peabody and Helmsman, Wichita. I don't know, man. It's a big thing. It's on all of our maps. It's just like a big square above the world. And then it's subdivided into squares. And they all have these names like Scooby-Doo.
Canada's always pink on the maps.
Don't let him panic you. It's not always pink on the maps. It's a weird, arbitrary thing for him to say. It's usually white. It's usually because it's like, oh, it's the North Pole. There's penguins up there. There's bacons and penguins and no one that can invade us, and that's what's important.
Just the penguins are on the bottom of Earth.
You guys don't have any oil or fresh water, do you? I'm asking for a friend. Like, this will not come back to bite you. Like, just be honest. How much oil and fresh water do you have? No.
Sell it all for a few dollars.
Are you guys having bad times economically, too? Up here?
Kind of.
No, not really?
Some said yes, some said no, some said kind of. Yeah, so we got the full spectrum on that one.
I've never...
Say what?
It's my fault or America's fault? Okay, but I'm sure I'm 1/250 millionth to blame if it's. Is it the subprime mortgage thing? Is it that thing? Did we? Okay, that didn't affect you guys. Didn't that put Greece out of business? And now there's like swastikas painted everywhere in Greece. Like their banks closed. Like someone talked to them into investing in a bunch of American real estate or something. But I don't know from nothing. That's vodka. Don't worry. It's not spit. All right. Well, let's meet some Montrealians.
Let's do it.
Okay. Who here? Let's see. You guys are so nice and polite and quiet. That's so nice. If this was Chicago and I said let's meet some people, there'd just be and then like so. Who here has a birthday in October? And like 3 people would run up on stage that didn't hear that and just start confessing to us about like their pornography.
And somebody would get punched.
So thank you in advance for that. But then when you get up here, don't be as nice because that won't be entertaining. Like have flaws and express them. Who here? Let's see. Who here
is an American? No.
Let's bring up. Well, let's just bring up somebody that's having a hard time of it, like for some reason in particular. It's having a pretty bad day that made it here in spite of it. Okay, we got Seth Rogen right in the middle here.
Quebecois Seth Rogen, everybody. Let's hear it for.
What's your name, sir?
JP.
JP? All right. Well, why don't you have a seat on one of those stools?
Hey, Dustin, whoever's back there, can you leave my iPad hot so I can play music from time to time? It keeps going back down. Sure. Thank you. What's your name, sir?
JP.
Hey, JP. Does this stand for Jean-Paul?
Jean-Philippe.
Jean-Philippe? Jean-Philippe?
Yes.
All right.
That's so sexy. You're like an undersea explorer. So.
Bienvenue.
Merci.
Are you a Montreal native?
I was born in Montreal, but I'm from...
Use your mic.
I'm born in Montreal, but I'm from Ottawa.
Ottawa. Oh, my favorite province. Ottawa's lovely. I was there for a couple of days, had a lovely time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jean-Philippe, would you like a cocktail with a bunch of touched ice?
Sure.
Okay.
Thanks.
I have vodka and touched ice.
There's no cups, huh? Oh, there is one.
It's kind of just crushed. It's not cubed, so it's.
So you transited in from Ottawa to be here for the festival?
Yes, just for the show.
Yeah. Just for us?
Yeah.
Wow. Are we living up to your standards?
Of course.
And here you are on stage. Fantastic.
Yes.
What's going on that has made you blue, JP?
In March, my girlfriend passed away.
Oh, here we go. For those of you listening in audio, they laughed because I handed him a drink.
He didn't give him a hug.
It's going to be the weirdest reaction.
Yeah, it should have been.
My girlfriend passed away. Oh. How long ago did this happen?
Vodka's like a hug.
Yes.
How long ago? I'm sorry, I didn't get.
In March.
Okay.
May we ask what cause?
Pulmonary embolism caused by amniotic fluid.
Oh Jesus! So it was no warning at all. Like it was.
She was pregnant.
Oh.
All right. Good night, folks. And
Just for Tears Festival. Holy smoke!
Yeah.
How old was she?
32.
And so that just came out of the
nowhere.
So you're as put together about this and able to share this without a crack in the veneer because it's absolutely necessary. You had to deal with it, and you're a brick wall right now.
Try my best.
Yeah. And so, what happens after that happens? Like in terms of like, do you keep to yourself? Everyone's like flooding you with emails and phone calls and things. Do you want to be alone?
It's more or less. I think what happens is that immediately afterwards you get like sort of. It's like a tsunami. It just hits you. You have like no repair. Like you have no idea what's going on. You're constantly surrounded by people, and then after one point, like everybody's gone. Like you have your family, you have your close friends, but then you sort of realize sort of the extent of the damage.
Meaning that you say the tsunami is referring to a bunch of people flooding you with condolences and
the condolences, and also the fact like she passed away, like it comes out of nowhere, like it sort of just hits you.
So, and it's probably, I would imagine, it's probably timed right so that just when you might actually need some like sympathy, it's probably timed just after everyone is kind of like, okay, I did my part.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much.
And so you awaken to this tragedy after your body has protected you through numbness and stuff, and you regain sensitivity, and then you're largely alone. And as you said, you're surveying the damage. Like, give us a detail, not about the event. I think it's too ghoulish but about the loss, about afterward, like I don't know, paperwork, or like what is when you're married and then you lose your partner, like what is the worst like non-emotional inconvenience?
I think pretty much the paperwork you have so much paperwork to fill up. It's amazing. The insurance, for the hospital and everything you have to deal with. It's like it's a non-stop barrage of paperwork. And I snap a few times at people on the phone when I have to fill it up, and they're like, "Oh yeah, the doctor needs to fill that stuff," and I just call them up and like, "Motherfucker, just leave me be for just 5 minutes alone." And
I was just about to ask that before you said it. Like you must several times a day or a week. Like you must just explode into a righteous outrage because you're talking to someone that's just like, oh, you have to fill out a Z-9-2, and like they're not even. You have to remind them why this is happening and what's going on.
I've like a few times you have to call, like for example, like I don't know, like her phone company, and tell them like we have to cancel her contract, and they're like, oh, what's the reason? It's like, well, she passed away, and like you just hear their enthusiasm just drop. Sort of like in the room when I announced what happened, like the same thing, like. Well, and I sort of feel bad that like you invited some person. Oh, here's not feeling well.
Enthusiasm dropping is a negative way of putting it. I think it's them like opening up to, they're like, oh, I need to be on alert. I'm not going to trample all around this. I'm going to like be careful now, and like.
How long did you know her?
10 years.
And you were married for how long?
Oh, we were not married.
Oh, you were? Oh, sorry.
No, it was like a common law couple.
Pardon?
Common law.
Ah. Wow.
Did you have any, do you have any moments when you do one of those snaps where you
shut somebody down or just like go into a Sam Jackson monologue. Do you have any memories of any like choice zingers that you like you just dropped a bomb on somebody on the phone?
Yeah, it happened a few times. Yes.
Do you remember like your favorite one? That's yours.
It's mostly like people when they talk about it. I'm trying to recall, but it's such a blur right now. But it's mostly like.
How long ago did you say it happened? I'm sorry.
March 7th.
Wow. It's like, what like, are you just numb? Do you walk around in kind of a daze, or have you kind of has sense come back to you at all?
More or less, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like today I was just walking around for a few hours before the show, and like you do feel like sometimes you snap out, and you just relive the moment again and again and again.
Do you have like a friend or a family member, or do you have like any circle of people that are like there's been like someone to totally rely on? And
oh yes.
Oh good, that's awesome.
Yeah, no. For the first month, my best friend lived with me, so he was very kind, and I thanked him for doing that, and I thanked his wife to allow him to spend some time with me, and she was like super happy.
you can have him.
Oh yeah, she was like, oh, you can keep it from as long as you want. I was like, are you sure?
I'm getting so much shit done at the house right now. It's amazing.
Exactly, that's what she kept saying. Like, I get stuff done finally because he's the fuck out of the house.
Wow. Well,
how many people this year, or within a year or so, how many people out here have lost a loved one? There was like a big pause.
You made people clap for that, by the way.
Well, I say.
Let's hear it, everybody! Put those hands together for lost loved ones.
Well, they came to a comedy show. They're probably looking forward to a little levity. That was less applause than I thought I'd hear. Like so it must be like lonely, like not even in the sense that you lost a loved one, but it's a lonely experience. Like
yes.
There's not a bunch of people around you that understand what's happening to you.
And there was no time to even like prepare yourself for it. It just happened.
No.
So
exactly.
it's just the rug's completely pulled out from under you.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I mean, my mother passed away, and like we knew, it was a process, and you emotionally, kind of get ready for that. But I can't imagine if just somebody went poof like that. It's horrifying.
What's a thing that you put yourself into what's something that makes you really happy that you indulge in that kind of helps you stay it takes your mind off of things? Like what's something that's just a habit or an indulgence?
Spending time with friends. That's mostly it.
Just spending time? Is that what you said?
Spending time with friends, yes.
What do you do when you spend time with them? Just chat?
Just chat and talk about stories. Her name was Marie, so just talk about Marie and like stories and share funny stories.
Oh, so you're not taking your mind off it with anything?
Well, more or less. Yeah, we're not spending 24 hours just talking about her constantly. We're just like chatting about different things. But
is there any? So at this point, it's become like kind of it's all about remembering and stuff. So you don't play Minecraft.
No,
I knew you were hoping he was going to say Minecraft.
No, but my nephew, he's a big player.
Okay. Does he play with mod packs?
Yes. He just recently started playing with mod packs.
Feed the Beast mod packs?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, if you
is he here tonight? Is he in the audience?
No, he's not here, right?
Oh.
No, he's not here.
Okay. Because I
found
a bug in the Feed the Beast
really?
Unstable mod pack. If you take an iron bucket up to an Ender IO.
This is how Dan deals with grief, everybody.
Just pass this on to your
everything into a Minecraft conversation. Dan, it's okay to cry.
Well, I'm not. I mean, I have no idea how I'll deal with death. I mean, it's terrifying.
Me neither.
I'm really actually. I'm in denial about my denial of death. Like it hasn't been put to the test at all yet. And now I feel like there's no wood to knock on and all this stuff, and I just I can't even. I've been so lucky and so untouched by that side of reality, and I just can't. I'm gonna show the world the new definition of pussy when anything bad happens to me. Like I'm gonna be up on my roof wailing at the moon for 6 years.
I felt like doing that sometimes.
Is there a way to do that? Do you have a therapist?
Yes.
Are they good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. No. I'm actually seeing 2. Just to help.
2 of them?
Yes.
Did they both know? It's like,
yes.
That's good, that's good. Keep them on their toes. I like that. I always start my therapy sessions by, I take them through all the previous therapists and like how I fired them, like what I did. Like, yeah, one of them, I caught one of them crying and they lied about it. Like their eyes were watering and I said, why are you crying? And they said, because it's such an emotional story. I said, no, it's not. And because it wasn't. And then like 20 minutes later, the therapist said, I'm sorry, I feel really bad. I had eye surgery recently, cosmetic eye surgery, like an eye tuck. So my eyes are watering. So my instinct was to lie about it. Okay, good session. So go out there and be a good person then? Take 2 of these, call you in the morning?
They're supposed to pay you at that point for that breakthrough.
Yeah. So I just never went back. Anyways, but yeah, and I always tell that story to my new therapist. I'm like laying down the law. I'm like, you better fix my head, and you better be good.
Yeah.
I'm like Saw, like when he has that doctor come in and give him craniectomy. Because he's got like some kind of thing, and he's like, I'm like, Saw. Okay. There's like 9 Saw movies.
Now, can I ask you just a crass question? Like, is that state like healthcare stuff? Like, you get that as a Canadian, you get therapy on like as part of your
No,
healthcare?
it's through my employer.
Oh, okay.
All right, so now you stay here, Jean-Philippe.
Okay.
And now, who's having like a fantastic? We'll go for gender balance. I see a young lady raising her hand back.
Let's get a woman up here. What's your name, ma'am?
Shayna.
Mademoiselle Shayna, everybody. Let's welcome Shayna up here.
All right. He's moving down a stool. Just like you instinctively applied Carson rules to the. like proximity to me is like the important thing. And
he just moved over like Ed McMahon. That was amazing. Shayna, you're looking very smart and vintagey. I like your outfit there.
Thank you. Oh,
Where are you from, Shayna?
I'm from Texas.
No shit.
Yep.
What part of Texas?
West Texas, the dirt, round, shitty part of Texas.
West Texas?
Yeah.
Like the city of West Texas, or
no, Lubbock.
Western Lubbock?
Yeah.
Wow.
We have Buddy Holly and football.
You know, the typewriter was invented in Texas.
Was it?
Yes.
That's exciting.
And the president of Texas is a lady. Did you know that?
If only.
Mm. And it's the shape of a boot.
Yes. That sounds right.
Okay, so why are you so happy? Don't you know this guy's wife died?
I'm very sorry.
What's your fucking problem, lady?
I'm a sociopath. That's why I'm happy. No, so I'm actually here with my boyfriend. It's between our birthdays, so this was our birthday present.
You guys, how close are your birthdays?
His is on the 13th of July, and mine's on the 4th of August.
Okay, so you guys have agreed to, because your birthdays are relatively close, you've merged them into a bi-birthday?
No. It was just that I wanted to come here for my birthday, and he wanted to be here for his birthday, so here we are.
My show specifically, right?
Yes.
That was a lie.
No.
Okay.
No, it wasn't.
I'm defensive.
I know.
Okay.
I listened to your show. I'm aware.
I just.
I'm sorry.
Don't apologize, Hannah. Don't apologize.
There's no apology necessary. You're not Canadian. You're a Texan. Tell me you'll leave if I don't give you enough money.
See, I have a custom story.
Okay.
So I met a man on World of Warcraft. And
I'm sorry, you met a man on World of Warcraft?
I did, yes.
Does your boyfriend know about this man?
Yeah, he's aware.
Okay.
Okay, this was a long time ago. This was around 8 years ago, something like that.
Okay.
So he's French-Canadian, and we decided to elope. But when I came through customs, they thought I was a mail-order bride. Because my ex-husband is much older than me. And so they just put us through the ringer. Every time I went through customs, like I get pulled aside with the immigrants for 3 hours and I have to wait. They take me into a room and they grill me. This is Canadian customs, by the way. This isn't U.S. customs.
So they thought you were marrying a Canadian to become a Canadian?
I think so, yeah.
Who does that? I don't.
It's going to happen a lot in November.
Yeah, a lot of people will be doing that. But, I mean, is that even necessary? I thought that was like.
It seems that there's a black market. You pay about $300,000 for the healthcare card because when you immigrate.
Oh,
here,
the healthcare thing, of course. So there are people like trying to come up here and get like pharmaceuticals and stuff.
Well, you'll have people that have cancer, and cancer is so expensive to treat in the U.S. that you come to Canada, and it's much more manageable. And all you have to do is marry some schmuck and.
Right.
Pay.
What a mind fuck that is. Like oh, there's cancer. Like cancer's so expensive. What a fucking like mind. What the fuck? Is there? Did we kill God? What is wrong with us? Cancer's so expensive in America. It's like the worst place to get cancer. What the fuck is wrong with us?
It's the easiest place and the worst place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's probably Wi-Fi, right? Wi-Fi's giving it to all of us.
I blame the Wi-Fi, yeah. So it's that time we crossed with customs, it took us 7 days and 3 attempts to get across the border to Canada.
Wait, so there are 3 attempts. So what is a failed attempt like? They go like, you don't love him. You just want a Band-Aid. And then they just get out of here, and you just go, and then you try to come back in. And...
They turn you around. There's like a mile between the 2 customs. They turn you around, and you have to go back through U.S. Customs and explain why you were turned around at the Canadian border. And that's really awkward because when you come back through, they're like, what the fuck are you doing here? And then you're like, oh, well, they turned us around. And they're like, really?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, what do they know that we don't know? Yeah. If they don't like you, why should we like you?
And the second time, it's always the same customs we tried. So the second time we came back over, they were like, oh, it's you again, huh? And they were like, don't worry, Canadian customs is really shitty, but you're okay with us. You're always welcome back into the United States. And yeah, I know it's really weird. It's always been Canadian customs. It's been a problem for me. I don't know.
Shana, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Are you a drug mule?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Are you holding?
No. But you're in Montreal. You can find something if you want.
I want to talk about how do you fall in love with somebody over a World of
We used to raid together a lot. World of Warcraft by nature is time consuming. And it's also very social. So you spend a lot of time talking to people and you work together in raids and you defeat bosses, and that's very kind of dumbing down what WoW is. But so I would spend probably 8-9 hours a night with this guy and my guilds doing raids. And you just get to know a person over that time, and we started talking on MSN Messenger. This was a long time ago.
And you're like, Leroy Jenkins, I love you.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I would like to be Mrs. Leroy Jenkins. Will you make me the happiest?
At least I'll have chicken. But so we met over there. We got to know each other, and then eventually we decided to do the intelligent thing by eloping, and then it turned out that was a bad idea.
How long did that marriage last?
Almost 5 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Divorce is a good thing. Like I've changed my position on this recently, and it doesn't have anything to do with like Aaron and I have a great, tragically short marriage, but the not speaking about the marriage and the quality of it, or especially the quality of my partner at all, like putting all of that aside, the idea of divorce, it's like it really like shocks your system into letting go of a bunch of shit you didn't know you were like. I always just had all these presuppositions I didn't even know I had about how you're supposed to live the second half of a full life. Like oh, I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to do that. And it's not that I'm not necessarily going to do those things now. I may get married and have kids or something like that, but now I live in this world where I'm like, oh, none of that is like a carryover from my Midwestern upbringing. Like there's not any like tapes that I'm playing in my head that I'm like following the soundtrack of. And so I have to imagine, like, I think divorce, like, psychologically is as beneficial as, like, coming out of the closet must be for somebody who, like, comes out. Like, because it's like, okay, I'm not going to care as much about spilling a drink at dinner anymore. I'm not going to, like, freak out because, like, I had to tell my parents I'm gay. Or I had to I had to tell everyone I invited to my wedding that thanks for coming and, like, witnessing us. And, like, well, we talked about how in love we were and stuff. And we were just kidding. Like, and then then they go, that's all right. It was a fun party. Thanks for inviting me. I like wearing my suit. And then you wake up the next day and you're not dead and you're like, holy shit, I can do like all kinds. What's my favorite color? I don't know. Maybe I should have one. I refuse to have a favorite color. It's so fucking dumb. You know that. You're a fan of the show. Jean-Philippe. What is your reaction to happy people when you're in this time of grief? Like, do you secretly like wish that they, is there resentment? Is there?
Well, there was some resentment, especially towards my friend, because their lives sort of continue on while mine has stopped. But at one point, you have to accept that that's how life is that mine has temporarily stopped, but other people are allowed to have fun, other people are allowed to enjoy themselves, and eventually I will.
That is a double therapist talking. This guy's got it with both barrels. You're like Cyber Christ.
Yeah, I mean.
No, Cyber Christ was evil. That's Lawnmower Man.
Like after the show, if you're hanging around, like I'd love just to have a drink and just chat with you about. Like,
well, for sure, you probably won't be able to buy your own drinks after this at the bar.
I'm good with that.
Everybody buy this guy. We're gonna get you so fucked up.
Whenever they open the bar, I don't know. It's like
they're not gonna let you back into Ottawa. You're like, nope, you're staying in Montreal.
I got no problem with that.
Are you going to the other shows while you're here?
Nope, that's the only one.
Really? Yeah. I feel so like that's
pressured and embarrassed. Yes, I know. That's terrible. I came here to I should have had a letter, and I should have had an act. I should have had material. I am going to. Do you have like not a rap beat, but like a beautiful like a ballad kind of thing?
You're talking to me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what we have here. I'm very curious to know what you're about to do with this.
Well, I just want to sing to Montreal, and I don't think it's going to make Jean-Philippe feel better, but it may make Shayna. It may make Shayna bummed out, and I think Jean-Philippe will secretly like that. That's my strategy. Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. Kingdom of the North. Yeah. Quebec. Oh, je m'appelle. Yeah. Oh, shit. Pardonnez-moi. Voulez-vous coucher? Toi. Québécois. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, yeah. Damn. Yeah. Wheat is 8. Wheat is 8. Yeah. Yeah. Shoes are skates. 'Cause it's cold up here. Except in the summertime. Yeah. Who are you? Canadian John. Oh shit. It's Canadian John. I'm here all week long. Just for laughs. They ain't paying you? No, just for laughs. Damn. Are you drunk? No, they don't have anybody serving. Are you mad about that? No, 'cause I'm not petty. Yo, I love Canada. Fucked your mama so hard, she had a handle on it. So she could pull me into bed anytime she wanted instead of waiting. 'Cause your mama don't like to wait. Oh, 'cause her pussy, she knows it's great. She wants to welcome me into her bed. I laid down so hard I've turned her into bread. 'Cause you ground her into a pasty powder. You don't know anything about how bread gets made, do you? No. Yo, that's all right. You don't gotta know nothing about nothing. Here we go. Here comes a rap, I guess. Yo, I saw your mama in 2010. She was so horny I had to pay her in yen. Your mama's Chinese. She brought me to my knees. Oh, okay. There was a little loop seam there. Yo, okay. We're gonna start over. Here we go. Yo, okay, yo. Socialize all your medicine. Fuck your mama so hard, then I fuck her again. And I used a bus and a trolley to get there just because I'm Canadian. And I fuck your mom Canadian style. Means I eat some bacon and some mayonnaise while I do it. And then I do it again and again and again. And then I apologize. Mayonnaise and fries. Apologize for the fries. Apologize for the mayonnaise on the fries. Don't apologize for that. Yo, what a sweet surprise. Fucked your mama so hard I bronzed her thighs. Turned him into a trophy. Had a cup of coffee. Sunrise, sunsets, again, set my watch, 10:15, metric systems, better than feet and yards, fucked your mama, softer than hard. Did it in the morning, did it at night, did it on a train, alright. Shayna is in the house, Shayna, yeah. Jean-Philippe, don't forget about Jean-Philippe. Yo, JP to the motherfucking JP. JP to the J to the P, to the P to the J. What about me? If you flip my name, it's PJs are on. That stands for pajamas. JP fucks all day long. When he's sitting at home, he don't play Minecraft. He's fuck your mom on a life raft. He's that French. That's how French he is. JP, yo, JP gonna, yo, rap with me. JP gonna rap in a second. Gotta set him up first. Gonna tee him up so good. Yo. JP, are you ready to rap?
Gonna try my best tonight.
Yo, yeah. Oh,
starting the song over. It's only like a 2-minute song. I have to keep doing that.
All right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yo,
kicky baby dance.
All right. Welcome to Montreal, motherfucker.
And then Shayna, you come in and do the Rihanna hook on this one, all right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, there'll be a bridge part where you'll maybe sing a little bit, like you'll go like, oh no, or something.
Like 1990 style.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, yeah, okay, sure. No wrong answers.
That was great. That was really good.
Oh, there's a monitor. You can see me. Okay, yes, that's fine. Yeah, okay, yeah. Here we go, yeah. Break of dawn. Yo, yeah. All morning long. I had the break of dawn all morning long. My dawn keeps breaking in half. I fucked your mama like veal, that's a baby calf. I ate her in a restaurant. Fucked your mama in French, she was au courant. Yeah, she had style on the runway. Fucked your mama in all of the right ways. Then I turned left, gave it a spin. I saw David Bowie looking at me with a grin. He's passed away now. But when he was alive, he was a fashion icon. Let's get this. Okay, all right. Yo, yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh. I shit myself. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did you really shit yourself?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't really shit. I shouldn't joke about that. All right. Yo. Yeah, Canada, yeah, oh, yeah. It's a big country above us. Everybody likes to go to work by bus. They're not so reliant on cars. They know, who cares about that shit? Okay, yo. Okay, all right. Okay, one more time. I'm gonna throw it to you, and then you do what you do, and then you'll do the Rihanna hook. Okay, it's gonna be great. Okay, yeah, what a country, what a place to be. Fucked your mama so hard she fell out of a tree. I told her to climb back up. I gave her a cat and a pup. We crossbreeded them into a strange animal that fetches mice. And that's real nice. Yeah, Island of Dr. fucking Moreau. And word, yo, yeah, okay. Fuck you, okay. Yo, yeah. Now we're gonna rap for real. It's gonna be good. Jean-Philippe is on the microphone. We're gonna rap so he feels less alone in his time of need with all his feels that he has to keep balance with the world that's too real. Creeping at you with its dark grit, trying to remind you that nothing means nothing, but fuck this. Jean-Philippe is gonna rap for us, and then we're all gonna buy him a drink and get on a bus. Go. Yeah.
There comes a dream. I didn't believe I'll be sitting on this stage.
Yeah.
It raps in French.
I didn't think that I'll be here right now rapping with Dan Harmon. This is a real dream that I'm living.
French rap.
Je pensais pas que je pourrais faire ça, man. Je pensais que ça serait pas vrai. Je pensais pas que j'aurais la chance de venir ici. Hey, tabarnak, là, c'est vraiment cool que toi tu viens à Montréal. C'est vraiment cool, man, que tu viens shit. Tout le monde apprécie ça, man.
Yeah. Oh, merde. And then just, I don't know.
Oh, it's now?
Yeah, just,
Is it now?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Okay, I'll give you a runway. Oh shit, that was JP in the house. A motherfucking M to the C with the JP, with the letters spelling everything in infamy. This motherfucker's making Canadian rap history. He came up here under duress and he addressed his pain, and now he's less stressed because I'm a miracle worker, and now I solved all of his problems. The first time I saw your mom, I fucked her so hard. I gotta get off of that. It started to become a crutch. Yo, let's rap about peas and carrots. Fucked your mama in a harem. Fuck. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Yo, all right. Well, that was a lot of rapping, right? It never really got good, but
I think we fucking did it. I don't know what you said in français, but it sounded legit. That sounded like some good French rapping.
Yeah, that was a good job, French rapping. Did you feel like it was more liberated, right?
Yeah, I didn't have to translate.
How do you rap, JP? How do you rap in French? I fucked your so mom, she fell out of a tree.
J'ai fourré ta mère tellement qu'elle est tombée de l'arbre.
I think that might be our new slogan. How much time do we have left? I usually
5 minutes, actually.
Oh, okay. I usually ask that question when the show's going really well. When I feel great about what I've done, I mean.
Now, Shanna, you came up and you said you waved your arms in the air because you're having a great time. Is it just because you love your boyfriend and you're having a ball, or is there something special going on?
Pretty much all of that. I have a new job that's going really well.
What's the job?
I work as a social media coordinator at a place called Blind Ferret. We do webcomics and subscription boxes for comics and board games.
Blind Ferret?
Blind Ferret.
Okay. That would have rhymed real well with peas and carrots.
Oh, shit!
We should have done that question first.
I didn't know if rap was the right place to
Spencer's gonna break it down. MC Spencer. Oh shit.
Here I go. I hope I don't choke. I'm so cool, but I try to stay woke. I'm a fat guy. I'm a really big bloke. There it went. I just choked.
Also, though, if I may interrupt you.
Yes.
I actually made some posters. Would it be possible to get that signed?
Yeah. Have you hijacked our show into a poster signing?
I did, yes.
I also have a line of cupcakes that I can bring up on stage and sell them at top dollar.
What if John Philippe was like, I came up, can I get change for $1?
Oh shit. Here's the boyfriend. What's your name, sir? Brandon. Boyfriend Brandon.
This is my boyfriend Brandon.
Wearing a Rick and Morty shirt.
Yep.
I don't have a pen.
Brandon.
They're very rare.
Could you get the pins out of my purse? You see, I carry them because I'm prepared for customs.
It hit you right in the hand.
Yeah.
A Sharpie?
Oh, Sharpie would probably be better, yeah. All right, what business do we have left? What hasn't been done?
Yeah.
Like what's standing between this and a good show? Like people going like, that was a great show. Well, what's that? Tell us a joke. That makes sense. So that's not an invalid request.
Tell them Walter's mask joke. Walter's mask joke.
The welder's mask. No.
Or do you have a new one?
All right. Well, the kid is walking and he finds a welder's mask and there's a guy pulls up and says like, "Hey kid," and the kid gets in the truck and he's like, "Do you know what a fellatio is?" And the kid says, "No." And then the guy says, "Do you know what sodomy is?" And the kid says, "No." And he says, "Do you know what a pedophile is?" And he says, "Listen, mister, I got to tell you, I'm not a real welder." Right?
That's the worst retelling of the aristocrats joke I've ever heard.
And then the duck with the guy comes into the brothel and he gets a duck because they're out of human hookers, and so they give him a duck, and he has a great time with the duck. So he comes back the next day and he says, "Can I have the duck?" And they give him a duck, and he says, "That is great." And they said, "That'll be twice as much money as last time. I forgot to mention the price." And he says, "Why?" And they said, "Because you have AIDS now, because the duck gave you AIDS." Because it's a different duck, and they're all identical. You can't tell which one. This guy's like, "Well, why does it have to be a different duck? Why couldn't it have gotten AIDS?" And they said, "How fast do you think an AIDS duck test is?" Like you have to send it off, and there's a centrifuge, and it's not like. That's something that we consider worth it in our brothel budget. So it's like, I'm telling you, it was 2 different ducks. Why would I lie? And the guy's like, "Great. So now I have AIDS that got transmitted from a duck? Really?" And they're like, "Yeah, what? We're prostitutes, not scientists, but pretty sure if a duck has AIDS and you fuck it, you get AIDS."
That's been our show, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Let's hear it for JP. Also, let's hear it for Maggie, everybody. Maggie, right? Is it Maddie or Maggie? Your girlfriend, Maddie or Maggie? Maddie. With Maddie, everybody. All of our wonderful thoughts send up to Maddie wherever she is, because JP is a wonderful dude and didn't deserve all that to happen. We love you, JP. Let's go out and talk more. Shane, everybody. Dan Steiner Poster. Spencer Crittenden. I'm Jeff Davis, your mayor. Dan Harmon, thank you so much. Let's all go downstairs or upstairs and open the goddamn bar, shall we? Drive fast and take chances, everybody.